Today we will be continuing during our Reader's Workshop, and we will be talking about our nonfiction unit. So remember what we learned last week. We learned that nonfiction readers grow knowledge. They pay attention to the details of the book. They put the parts of the text together in your mind. They ask questions and they think, what is this book and this part teaching me? So a lot of times nonfiction books, the purpose of them is to teach you something. So last week, let me grab it. Last week when we read this story, remember? And what do you think that the author here was trying to teach you? All about different animal feet, right? So if I were to learn about different types of animal feet, I would read this story. If I wanted to find out about animal hair, I would read this story. If I wanted to find out about animal eyes, I would read this story. If I wanted to find out about animal teeth, or animal ears, or animal noses. So each of these books would teach me something different, right? If I had a book about that had a dog on the cover and the title was Dogs, then that would probably tell me about different dogs. Or if I had one about ocean animals, then it would teach me about ocean animals or plants. So each nonfiction book is trying to teach you something. Or if it was a space book, it could teach me about space. I know there's different types of space books. So if the title was Jupiter, then I would know that it's teaching me all about Jupiter. Okay? So today I want to teach you that to grow knowledge from books, nonfiction readers put what they see and think together, then ask, what is this book teaching me? So that's our main focus today. So I'm going to pick one of these books, and then we're going to think about what each page, what the author is trying to teach us, okay? So let's see, I think that today I want to read about eyes, because I like how the girl looks on the cover. So I know that the author wants to teach us about animal eyes, so now I'm going to figure out some facts, or figure out on each page what the author wants us to learn. Okay, so that's what we're going to do on each page. So what if you had animal eyes? What if one day when you woke up, the eyes on your face weren't yours? What if overnight a wild animal's eyes took their place? And the first one is a chameleon. So when I'm reading this to you, I want you to think about all of the facts that you did not know. Okay, so think about all the things you are learning when I'm reading this page to you. Let's try it. Chameleon. A chameleon's eyes stick out like twin telescopes. These cone-shaped bumps are actually fused together eyelids that are open just enough to peek through. This limits the chameleon's view, but these eyes can do something tricky. Each eye moves separately. That way the chameleon can look for prey, such as crickets, in two directions at once. So what the author is trying to teach you, so our eyes, when we look one way or the other way or up or down, both of our eyes move together. They move the same way. But a chameleon's eyes, they can move different ways. So if these are their eyes, one could be moving this way and one could be moving this way, so that they can look for crickets or whatever they want to eat easier. So that's kind of why their eyes look weird, like in the picture here, because they can look in different directions. Fact. So remember, a fact is something that we know is true. When a chameleon spots prey, it focuses both eyes on it. That way, it doesn't miss catching a meal. So that makes sense. So once it finds something, then both eyes look at it. If you had chameleon eyes, you could look around the toy store fast to find exactly what you wanted. So you could look at both aisles. So if you're ever walking up and down a store, instead of only being able to look at one side or the other side, you could look at both sides at the same time. So that's kind of neat. So one thing I learned is that a chameleon can look in two directions at once. Did you learn that, or did you learn something else? Okay, let's try another page. Sorry. The next one is a golden eagle. Those eyes look pretty cool. Okay, remember we're thinking about what the author is trying to teach us. Golden eagle. A golden eagle has laser sharp vision. This bird can see up to 8 times better than most people. It can also spot its prey up to 2 miles away, so that's really far. In a flash, the golden eagle can shift its eyes from focusing on something far away to something up close. So this is perfect for keeping an eagle eye on and catching a fast hopping rabbit. So when they're flying, then they're able to look really, really well at something that they could want to eat, and then they could swoop down and catch it. Okay, so their eyes are very, very good, so they can see a lot farther away than humans can. Fact: a golden eagle's eyes have a third eyelid that sweeps across the eye like windshield wipers, keeping them clean. So when they're flying in the air, then they probably have that so that their eyes not getting all the dust in it and the sand and stuff like that. If you had golden eagle eyes, you could sit up high in a stadium and still see the football game. So that's cool. You could sit anywhere and be able to see really well. So you know how sometimes when we go to assemblies you can't see that well? Well, if you had golden eagle eyes, you could see perfect. So that's kind of cool. Would you rather be able to have chameleon eyes where you could see in 2 directions at once? Or would you rather have golden eagle eyes? I think I'd rather have golden eagle eyes. And I could see really far away. That would be cool. So on the playground, when I'm looking for you, then I can see super far away. That'd be good. See if you're doing the right thing. The next one is a dragonfly. These look kind of weird. I don't know if I want that. I also think the golden eagle eyes on this page, they look beautiful. So I forgot. So the author on this page is teaching me that the eagle can see things really far away. So let's see about the dragonfly. Let's figure out what he's trying to teach us. Dragonfly. A dragonfly's eyes are huge. They have to be because each dragonfly has up to 30,000 tiny lenses. A human eye only has 1. Wow. Scientists aren't sure how a butterfly's brain creates images from all those lenses, but they do believe having so many lenses lets the dragonfly spot movement fast. That's how a dragonfly can see a flying mosquito in time to catch it. So they have so many lenses in their eyes, so they're able to see really small things. So that's kind of cool. Fact: a dragonfly has 3 small extra eyes that help guide its flight path by sensing bright lights and shadows. So they have more than 1 eye. That's cool. If you had dragonfly eyes, you would be a star reporter because you'd never miss any action. So you'd be able to see everything. That's pretty cool. Okay, next page. Oh. This is called the clouded leopard. I love how leopards look. I think they're really pretty. So remember, when we're looking at a nonfiction book, we're looking at all of the details on the page as well. So we look at the pictures. Clouded leopard. A clouded leopard's eyes have a special mirror-like layer at the back. This layer reflects light back through the retina, the part of the eye with light sensing cells. This helps the clouded leopard see well in the dim light at nighttime. That mirror-like layer is also what makes the clouded leopard's eyes seem to glow. So they have that so they can see in the dark really, really well, much better than we can. Fact: the clouded leopard has slit-shaped pupils, openings where their light enters the eye. These can extend about 100 times to let more light in. A human's round pupils only expand about 10 times. If you had clouded leopard eyes, you'd never be surprised in the dark in a haunted house. So if you were walking around your house with no lights on, you could see really well still. So that would be pretty cool. So I learned that clouded leopards can see really well in the dark. Okay, we'll do one more page today. Uh-oh. the bullfrog. A bullfrog's eyes are on top of its head, so they'd be like up here. So the frog can hide underwater and still watch out for enemies. So they can like have all of their head underwater and just have their eyes at the top, just sticking out a little bit. Its eyes are also wide apart. That way, a bullfrog can see nearly all the way around itself without turning its head. But these eyes help a bullfrog to do more than see. When a bullfrog swallows, it closes its eyes. Its eyes sink down through the openings in its skull to help push the meals down in its throat. That's kind of gross. I don't want that really. No, thank you. So what they're saying is that because they're on top of their head and they're farther apart than ours are, then they can see more around them. And then when they are eating something, their eyes like go inside of their head and help them swallow their food. Does that sound good to you? It doesn't sound that great to me. Fact, a bullfrog's eyes each have a third see-through eyelid. When a bullfrog dives underwater, these eyelids slide over its eyes, the perfect built-in swim goggles. If you had bullfrog eyes, a blink would let you swallow a big bite. So I guess you could eat more food. I don't know if I want this. Let me know if you would want this. Okay. Next time we'll read this one. Okay, I'll leave it open for the next day. So remember, when you are reading today, you need to pick a nonfiction book if you have one, and try and pick a different book than you read last week. Remember, you can always go on Kids AZ or Raz Kids on your computer or your tablet to read the books on there. There's a lot of nonfiction books, and remember, we can tell they're nonfiction because nonfiction books have facts and they're true and they really happened. So you should be reading one of those. If you need help finding a nonfiction book, you can ask your mom or your dad or your grandma or your grandpa or your aunt or your uncle or your brothers or sisters or someone at your house to help you. And then you need to read for at least 30 minutes. So go find a spot around your house that you won't get distracted and go read for 30 minutes. And then you need to go find someone around your house or your stuffed animal or your pet dog and tell them what you learned. Okay, so you need to tell them what the author of your book was trying to teach you. Okay, so if you picked a book about dogs, you would tell them that it taught me about dog facts, and then you would tell them that a fact that you learned. Like if I had read this book, then I could go and tell my dog that, that golden eagle eyes can help me see really far away. So that's the kind of eyes I would have. That's a fact. That's something that I learned from this book. So that's what I want you to do today. So do your best. I know that you can do it. I believe in you. You are amazing. You're a great reader. And try your best. Okay? Have fun.